y'all. So I'm bored and I'm making another TikTok, so I'm gonna just do a little tutorial for y'all. It's gonna be a full face, but I'm mainly just gonna do eyeshadow so y'all can see how I do my eyeshadow or whatever. So I did my eyebrows. I'm about to put the foundation on top like I did for my eyebrow tutorial the last time, so y'all can see. I don't know what color I'm gonna do right now for my eyebrow. I mean, not my eyebrow, for my eyeshadow, but I was thinking a natural or neutral color combo, but I don't know if I feel like being dramatic today or what, so we just gonna see. I'm gonna do this part real quick so I can get that over with. Okay. Okay. I'm always ashy. Anyway, so just gonna pat that part in. Okay, so that part's done. So now I'm just gonna do the eyeshadow. I'm gonna just record how I do my eyeshadow. Jesus. So I did my base somewhat with the what color? This is the natural color. It looks a lot lighter than what it is because it's not that light. So I'm gonna put some more on my eyelid. And then I'm gonna take this brush and pat it out all over. It's okay if it get like on your nose because obviously you're gonna put on foundation over it or whatever. And foundation, and then you'll conceal. If you were to do if you were to contour your nose, you would put concealer on the bridge of your nose anyway, so that this white looking concealer will go away eventually. And this eye. Okay, so I think the colors I'm gonna do today, I think I'm gonna do maybe using my MacBook again. I'm trying to do like how each color has, you know, or each row has like 3 different colors. I've been trying to do it like that. So today I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I'm gonna use these 3 colors. Ooh, these 3, this one, and this one. And when I do my eyeshadow, hold on, let me find my brushes. When I, ooh, my forehead all in the camera. When I do my eyeshadow, especially if I'm doing like 2 or 3 different colors, I always start with the darkest color. So here, the dark, it's a lot of dust on it. So the darkest color for this one will be this purplish plum looking color. So and you could do it either way. You could do this one or this fuchsia color, whichever one you decide to do. But I'm gonna do the dark purple plum looking color first. So I'll get some on my brush. I'm using this old brush. I don't know where I got it from, but probably from the beauty supply store, Walmart. So yeah, so I'm gonna put it, I always start at this part at the end, and then I pat it on. And sometimes I gotta close my eyes so I can see and make sure it get in my crease good enough. And then I just make my way over. And as I'm doing that, I'm patting it on, but after a while I start to drag it upwards. So you see how it gets higher and higher. I drag it upwards back and forth, and basically I'm just spreading the my eyeshadow out as much as I can. So there is that part. So I'm gonna keep doing it until it's the length or the height that I want it to be at. It'll be like that. Okay, so the next color I'm gonna use, I probably will do a cut crease. I don't know, I love doing cut creases. That's like my favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna be doing a cut crease, but the next color that I'm going to use will be, oops, hold on, stuff falling everywhere. The next brush, I'm gonna use this brush. This is a okay, I don't know. This brush is fluffy, rounded brush, and I'm gonna use it for this color right here. And with this color, dab in it, it might come out. Sometimes you'll have to use it a lot more. You'll have to pack it on depending on how much you want of it. So I'm gonna put it on top of the purple, and I'll do the same thing that I did with the other color, and then this time I just do it a little bit lighter. Like I don't pack it on. I basically just spread it around and around and around this side, and then I go on the inside and do the same thing. Now sometimes when you do your eyeshadow like how I'm doing it, and you kind of see that it's falling on top of the other purple, you will have to go back and put more of the darker purple sometimes if you want to. If not, if you like it to look like that, then like this, how it is right now, then you can leave it like this. But me, I like for my purples to be, I like them to be standing out, especially if it's a dark color. I like when it looks dark, and I like but you can kind of tell the different shades of colors. So I'm gonna go back in with this same brush and get some more of that purple, the first purple I used, and I'm gonna pack it on again, just so I can make sure that it stands out, but then it's also blended. So I'm packing it on, but I'm also rubbing or blending it upwards like before. And up some more, up some more. Basically, you want to be able to blend a lot. That's the main thing, blending, because you don't want to have it where it look like, oh yeah, you can see. You want it to look like you can see the different colors that you have, but you also want them to flow in together, if that makes sense. You want them to flow in with one another, and as much as you can. Sometimes it takes a while to blend, and that's okay, as long as it's blended in like so. So it'll look like that. And then I'm gonna go back and fix this a little bit. Okay. All right, so there's that. I got stuff all over my face. I'll fix it later. But okay, so now for my cut crease, I'm going to be using, the same brush. Hold on. I'm going to be using this brush that wow, Tatum. Okay. That I use for when I do my eyebrows, like under my eyebrow, when I conceal on top and under my eyebrows. This is the same brush that I'm going to be using. And the concealer that I'm going to be using is the NYX concealer. I got the lightest, I think this is the lightest shade that they had. So I'm going to use that. And some people like to wipe off where they want to do their cut crease. I haven't done that before because I've seen people do it, but I've never done it before. Eventually I'll try it and see if I like it, but as of right now, I'm gonna just continue to do what I normally do and just put the concealer over what I've already have. So when I do my cut creases, I always start in the corner, and I put a little bit on just to make sure it's like, you know, where I wanted it at, and if not, I'll bring it out a little bit more, and then I just drag it along. Now this part might take longer for some people. It takes longer for me, because I be wanting mine to be circular. I be wanting it to be even and circular. So I'll drag it along like that. And drag it along, drag it along. And you can tell, you can still see that purple, but it's okay. Once you put your other color, it'll go away. So I'm gonna do the bottom or the inner part. And I try not to do like drag it all the way over on this side, because eventually I'm gonna put that same purple on top. But you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Okay, use this other side. All right, so I low-key want mine a little bit higher than that. You don't have to make it high. You can make it as low as you want. You don't have to do this. I'm used to doing cut creases because that's what I started practicing on the most when I like first got into eyeshadow more. But there are different ways to do your eyeshadow. I'm still learning different ways as well. And I'm concentrating real hard because I want this to be circular, and it's not really coming out circular right now, but I'm gonna try. Okay, there we go. And sometimes it'll help if you raise your eyelid, like, you know, raise your eyebrows up some, so you can make sure you're getting that precise look that you're looking for, and make sure that you're not, try not to, you know, mess up as much as you can. Okay. Okay. So, and then I drag it downward, drag it downward. This is gonna bother me. Whew, okay. And yes, cut creases can be difficult at times, hence why I'm having a hard time right now. But it gets easier. It's gotten easier for me, I can say. So I'm gonna put it all the way over here, but I'm going downward because once I put that darker, the first purple I used, that dark purple, I'm gonna put it at the end right here, and I want it to stick out. So, oops, I'm moving downward some. And sometimes I find myself holding my brush like this sometimes because it's easier, but you'll figure out once you start doing your cut crease how you like to hold your brushes and which way is easier. Sometimes I hold it like this, sometimes I hold it like this, sometimes, oh no, I never hold it like that. But you know, it might be better for y'all to hold it like that, like an actual pencil. So it just depends. Okay, so that part is done. Okay. So the next part is doing this actual crease, and because when doing a cut crease, you don't really want your concealer to show anymore, you know, the crease part. What I like to do is I'll use this small little brush, I believe. No, this isn't a lipstick brush, but this small, you know, little eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go in with this lighter color right here. There, right there, right there. And that's gonna be my cut crease. So what I like to do is I'll get as much as I can on it, on both sides. It'll look like this. And I start the same way I started doing my cut crease when I put the concealer on. I'll start in the corner and I'll pack it on as much as I can from each side, like so, like that. So I'm gonna continue to do that so y'all can see. The only reason I do this is because, like I said, I don't want that white to show anymore. So this is the only way for me to get it in there in the crease, like at the top part, precisely as I can. So I'm gonna do that. You're gonna bring it upward some and pack it on at the same time. Okay. It's probably the longest part of doing, well, that in the actual crease, because you want to make sure, you know, you want to make sure it's how you want it. You don't want to be rushing. That's why when I do my makeup, I start, if I have somewhere to go for like 6, I'll probably start my makeup at like 2:33. Mainly because I know how I like my makeup to look. I want my makeup to look a certain way. But you know, some people know how to do their makeup within an hour, and that's not me. I don't know how they be doing it, but well, depending on what I'm doing, yeah, no, I don't do that. So we continue to pack it on. And after a while, you can well, after, hold on, I'm gonna show you. After I finish doing the outline part of my cut crease, I'm gonna just use a bigger brush to just fill in the other part, because this is the only reason I use this little one, is for the outline of it. So we're gonna continue to do that part. Oop, I was supposed to stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I forgot that fast. So for the rest of it, I'm just gonna use a random brush, this brush right here, and get that same color I just had, and do the rest. And just pack it on. I can still kind of see some like the white concealer, but that's okay. Now, I said I was supposed to stop and I didn't anyway, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna just go back in with that concealer and put some white, so that way I can be able to put that purple on it, and it'll come out. Okay. All right, so boom. So like I said, I'm gonna go back for that purple that I used the first time, this right here, and I'm gonna pack it on at the corner. Pack as much as you can. You don't have to be super rough, but I'm rough because, with myself at least, knowing how I want it to look and how thick I want it to look and dark I want it to look. I be liking my eyeshadows to be looking pretty dark, so I put as much as I can, as heavy as I can, because that's just me. But okay, so because it didn't really show how I wanted to, I'm gonna put some more concealer on there so I can get as thick and be as dark and lovely as I need it and want it to be. Okay. And do that like thick. And I'm gonna go back in and correct it with the with this color, so I can blend it in, so it could be like an ombre effect in a way. All right, so where did the brush go? The brush. This brush, same color. Gonna put some more on it and try and do a little. All right, so there is that. Now this one didn't come out as good as I wanted it to, but you know, listen, we're just gonna go with the flow. This is, sometimes it comes out better, sometimes I do better on my eyeshadow, but because I did this color all the way on my whole cut crease, you're seeing, I can see more of the other color, more than I want to, so, but it's okay. All right, so there's that right there, and it'll come together and look better once I put on my lashes and stuff. Oh, please don't fall. Okay, so okay, use this eyeliner from Black Radiance from Walmart, and do a wing eyeliner. I always, if you don't know how to do wings, this is how I do mine. I start mine at the end or at the corner, and I like big wings, so I'll go up pretty high, like so. Like that. Drag it outwards and bring it in to connect. Okay, so that's my wing. Hold on, let me fix it. Oop. Sorry if I keep putting this mirror in front of it. I don't be really seeing what I'm doing. Okay, so there's my wing. And as you can see, I have eyeshadow on my lashes. So when I put my the other lash on, I don't be wanting that to show. So I'm gonna get my mascara. I'm gonna get my mascara from Elf from Walmart, and I'm gonna put it on my lashes, just so when I put the fake lash on, it you won't see that purple and pink looking color as much. Okay, see, so you can't really see it right now, but yeah, so there's that. I don't know what lashes I want to use today. I'm just gonna use some random old lashes because, oh, where did it go? I know you lying. I just lost that lash. See, this is what I be talking about. I lose lashes so fast, but we're gonna find it right quick. Oh, here it is, right here. So we're gonna put the lash on right quick. I'm gonna try and brush this stuff off, although it probably won't brush off. It probably just makes it worse, and it did. Okay, but that's okay, because I'm gonna use foundation and whatnot, and it'll go away. The color will go away. So, and for anybody that say this is not lash glue, I don't want to hear it. This is lash glue. This is all I have. This is what I'm gonna use. Darn it. Okay, let's take my tweezers, and I hope all of you guys know how to put on lashes. If not, then we'll get there. I'll put it on the lash. Okay. And let it dry for a little minute. Yeah, it's not my best eye makeup look, but it's gonna do it for today. I need to fix this eyebrow. Anyway, so and for my lash, oh Lord have mercy. For my lashes, I kind of look down into the mirror to make sure it's against my actual my lash line, and not on my eyelid, damn near basically. So I'll look downward and I'll press it in, pinch it in. Try not to pinch yourself, because I've done that before. I pinched the hell out of myself one day and I cried. So, and that glue, you don't want to put too much eye glue on in general, but that specifically, it be making my eye water sometimes. Maybe I should stop using it, but I won't. Okay. I don't know where my fan is to fan, so I'm using this mirror right now. But yeah, so there's that eye. Boom. Period. Boom. So I'm gonna do the next one, and I'm gonna just do what exactly I did on the other eye for this eye that I'm about to do, so y'all can see how I do it. And yeah. Okay, the only difference is with this eye, instead of starting at the end, I start from here, you know. Okay, so yeah. Sorry if y'all hear my stepdad in there cursing. Excuse me. Okay, and then all right, add a little bit more of this color on top. Add a little bit more over here too. Sometimes I go back on one eyebrow and I notice it don't really look as good as the other, and I try and correct it at the same time, or I'll wait until I'm finished completely and go back. All right, so there's that. Now we're gonna do the cut crease same way I did it. I'm gonna start from the same end that I did on this eye for the cut crease on that eye. And this eye normally comes out better for whatever reason. Same with my eyebrow. Oops. And y'all don't have to start off with these colors. These are just the colors I wanted to do today. But I started off doing a lot of natural colors, like a lot of browns, like these colors on the side, browns. And I really use, I'm gonna show y'all my Morphe palette, but I use the Morphe palette the most when I first started doing eyeshadow, because that's the only one I had. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Here come my mama. Okay, never mind. I thought she was about to come in. All right, so we're gonna drag it down like I said before. Here she comes. I'm doing a tutorial.
You have any towels?
Is
the one in your bathroom?
No, it's one right here.
Okay, sorry.
And there's some in my bathroom.
All right, got it.
Okay. Be having to tell the lady because she be coming in here crazy sometimes. Or naked, so yeah. All right, so other part, cut crease, color. I'm gonna try, because this video is already 29 minutes long and I'm not trying to really make it longer than what it needs to be. So I'm gonna try and pack this on as fast as I can. And hopefully this is helping, or the eyebrow. Hopefully the eyebrow one helped, because I watched a lot of YouTube videos when I first started doing my eyebrows. And if y'all are familiar with the Leah J, she helped me kind of learn how to do my eyebrows. That's where I get, like, when I do my eyebrows, starting from the middle of my brow at the bottom. I'm gonna just try and do this with this brush so I can hurry up. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna stop so I can be able to do that dark purple again. All right, so boom, bloop. Now the purple on the end. This part I just pack on. I don't really like to so much spread it around because, like I said, I be wanting it to come out dark. So I pat it on as heavy as I can. Oh, it look crazy. Like deep. Okay. We're just gonna be that and that on that. Hold on. Where did my brush go? Yeah. I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not. Oh, here it is. All right, so now we're gonna do the eyeliner part again. And yet again, you can really use any concealer that y'all want for your cut crease. Me personally, I like the lighter one because I just feel like it'll stand out more if it's like a white looking color or a light color, lighter than what you would normally put under your eye if you were contouring or above, like how I did my above one is my skin tone. I like to do lighter ones, but whatever floats y'all boat, whatever y'all like to do. But that's just my preference. So now we're gonna do the wing on this eye. Sometimes my wings don't come out exactly alike, so I'll be having to fix it. Okay, there we go. Okay, hold on. There we go. So there's that. And I'll go back in with the mascara again. Okay. So we're done with the shadow. About to put my lash on, and then I'm gonna send this to y'all. And if y'all want to see me do a full face, just let me know once it's sent. If not, then I'll just leave that there. I'm making another TikTok if I ain't say that before because I'm bored. That bitch is bored. I'm bored. So, and all of my lashes I get from the beauty supply store is what. Oh wait, that's a lot of glue. A lot of get my lashes from the beauty supply store as well. Even the 25 ones that has some longer than that, which I cannot do personally. But if you prefer the longer ones, then go ahead. I use the lashes in this pack right here. These are the ones, and they actually have some in a pack like this, so it's more. And I've been using these. I got them like maybe 2-3 months ago, so I'm still using them. These are the last pair in that pack, and then I have the ones I just showed y'all before. No, I don't want to do it that way. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna stick. Maybe it will. Okay. And this, there we go. I normally would do glitter. I don't feel like doing all of that. I just wanted to show y'all basically how I do it, what techniques I use. I use this technique for any eyeshadow I do. Even if I'm doing a natural color, I always start at the bottom and then make my way up with the darkest shade. And you know, just spread it around. I have a lash and it's bothering me and I want to pull it so bad, but I'm not going to. So yeah, so here's my makeup look. I'm gonna send it to y'all. Let me know if y'all want to see me if y'all want to see how I do my full face and how I contour and stuff, and I'll show y'all. So now I did this part. I'm gonna do a full face, just show y'all what I do or whatever. My face is already moisturized, but moisturizer wise or lotion, I use this. I love it. It doesn't make my face super greasy or none of that. So foundation from Walmart, Black Radiance, bloop, in the color Caramel. It's Caramel. It's another one that I use, but I can't remember the name of it because I think I threw it away by accident. But anyway, anywho, we go. I don't really like how this is because it's like this, and I don't like spreading it on like that. But we're gonna do what I got, and we're gonna spread these bitch on. I'll be having to scoop it out. I probably need to get some more. That's why I'm scooping. And I put it all over my face as much as I can. Put it on my nose. And like I said, that extra eyeshadow that's still there will go away eventually after I conceal and put this foundation everywhere. Why is this? I like to use a lot because it really makes my skin look natural. It looks like I don't have any foundation on when I put this on, but I want it to look like I have a lot of foundation on this time. Like, I want a full coverage look. Like, it gives full coverage, but it gives natural full coverage. But I just feel like being dramatic today, so we're gonna put a lot. You don't have to put this much, but use what I do. Like that, like that. And put him right here, and here, and right there, and right there. Now I look a fool, but it's okay. So, brushes. This brush, got this off of Amazon. This is a face round brush. Amazon, yeah. I don't like using beauty blenders when I do this part because I feel like it wipes it off. Some people like to do that. Some people like to use wet beauty blenders. That's not me. I feel like it just wipes the product off. So what I'm going to do, I use this one and I dab my foundation. I don't spread it, I dab it. Because when I dab it, it looks more of a matte finish. So I always do this. And it spreads more when I just dab it on. So dab, dab, dab. And you can kind of already see it looks like I have foundation on, but it don't look, you know, like orange or anything, or red. Or too greasy. Well, it might look a little greasy right now because I ain't got no powder on. But, so I continue to do this all over my face. Get my forehead. And I can still see that white concealer, but I'm gonna fix it with the Beauty Blender when I go back in. Oh, I am ashy. I'm always ashy. Jesus Christ. So, okay. I'm trying to make sure it's blended in as much as I can get it. You can always, you know, come back and correct anything if you feel that you need to. So I'm trying to get in them little white spaces as much as I can, but like I said, I'm gonna go back. So some people, I don't put foundation on my neck because I don't feel like it's, bitch, I barely got a neck, so you know, anyway, but I don't feel like it's necessary. I get at least right here, like closer to my ear and down my jawline. Maybe just a little bit on my neck, not too much under my chin, because who's gonna be looking under my chin? Nobody, right? Okay, so do the forehead some more. And if you have a rag or scarf on, obviously it might be a little line. Once you take it off, just take it off and pat your foundation on. Okay, so boom. Okay, concealer. I'm gonna be using, no, that's not it. I'm gonna be using, that was an ugly face. I'm gonna be using, do I want to use warm honey? Or I really be using either warm honey or fine, but today I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use warm honey, because once I put my powder on to set my concealer and then put my bronzer on top, it won't look super bright. This isn't super bright. This ring light makes it look like it's very bright, but it's not. It's dark enough. I don't want it too dark, and this warm honey, this fawn is kind of red. Like, it has like a little red undertone in it. So it really just depends what you like. I switch them up. Sometimes I use one, the other, but they both work with my skin tone. So, so I started in my eye. And they say a little goes a long way, but that's not enough for me. You don't have to use, obviously you don't have to use a super lot of concealer. So I'm gonna go downward. I did it under right here because I still have that eyeshadow right there, and I tried to clean up my wings some more with it. But eventually it's going to spread all over on that side of my face. So yeah, like I said, you don't have to use this much. This is just what I do. You could really just do like dots and, you know, be cool. That's how I started off doing it. I started just using real small tiny dots, and then I'm gonna do the other side. Try to get under I don't really have any dark circles, so I don't really have to worry about it, but I just want to make sure it's still, you know, something underneath there. Okay, do the same thing, drag it downward. All right, boom. So that part's done. Oh, excuse me. So, some people like to put highlight or concealer on their chin. My chin area right here gets oily after a while, so I don't. Okay. So I don't normally do it, so I'm not going to do it today, but you can put, well, I'll do a little bit. So you can put a little bit on your chin, like that, and then this part, on the bridge of your nose, and on your forehead, like so, like that. You don't need that much on your forehead, because it's really just, basically concealing is just really to highlight, you know, to make it pop out a little bit. When you do contour, you'll see the difference after, you know, everything is blended in. So now that I did that part, I'm gonna blend it in, and I'm gonna show y'all the powder that I use. So I'm gonna use my beauty blender. I use the same beauty blender. I probably shouldn't do this, but I use the same beauty blender to blend out my concealer and to put on my powder. Yeah, anyway, but so I dab it inward. And I'm gonna make some ugly faces, y'all. Just bear with me. I'll use this side. Get on my nose as much as I can and get in the corner of that eye as much as I can. Now it looks crazy right now, but like I said, once I do my contour and stuff, it'll blend out more. Ooh, something in my eye. Okay. All right, so that part's done. What is going on with these lashes? Okay, so I stopped the other one so it wouldn't be super long, so it's 9 minutes. But I went ahead and blended in underneath my eyes already. I'm gonna do my chin. Ooh. Ooh. My chin and my nose and my forehead. And it's taking me a little bit more extra work because I let it sit here. I was trying to figure out how to send that video to y'all, so that's why it's harder for me to blend in right now because it kind of dried up, but we gonna make it work. Okay. So pat, 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 as much as you can. As hard as, you ain't got to do it super hard, but because, like I said, because I let it sit here on my face, it dried up a little bit. All right, so boom, there's that part. Now, hold on, let me clear some of this up because I got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. So my my powder that I use is also from the beauty supply store, just like everything else. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all just a second. It is Luxe Pro powder in the color banana. They're right here. Boop. Beauty supply store, can't remember how much. I think maybe $4 or $5, maybe a little bit more than that, but nothing too expensive. So I'm in the cap, or in the cap part like that. I might need a little more. Okay, so like I said, I use the same beauty blender for my foundation, or not my foundation, my concealer, and for my powder. So I dab it in the tip part of it, and then I just pat it and I drag it. Well, I really just drag it along. You don't need too much, but you know, or just as much as you feel like you need. Like so. I use different powders, but this has been my favorite one so far. The others, I don't like the way they be having me look, so I don't be using them a lot. And then basically wherever you put your concealer is where you put the powder at. So I'll put some on my chin. And it's setting your face. I'm setting my face. Alright, and eventually you're gonna brush it all off, so don't worry. You know. Okay, so there's that part. And while that sits there, I'm gonna contour my face, and I bought a dark palette, but I don't know where it's at. But ooh, my lips are chapped. I'm gonna be using the True Complexion Light to Medium Contour Palette by Black Radiance from Walmart. I've had this one for a little minute, so it looks ate up. But it's the contour part, sculpt, and highlight. I really like the highlight out of this one. It really does look like highlighter. Like it's enough. You don't need that much. So I'm trying to get as much as I can from the contour and the sculpt. I don't really use this. I guess I did use the sculpt a lot. But I use a contour one more. So, well, this is an angle brush. This is a face angle brush. These came in a set from Amazon as well. So when I contour, I always start on my right side, and I start right here in this little general area, not on my cheek, you know, or my cheekbone. It's right here. And when I do it, I do circular motions. I don't drag it out. It's different when you have, obviously when you're using cream and when you're using powder. I like powder. It drags along my skin better, and it's easier to fix. Cream, that can get kind of messy. So I'll take it and I'll do circular motions up and around my face like so, and then eventually I'll start to, you know, pat and drag. So on my forehead area, that's when I drag it the most. So I'll do it like that. Now you can kind of see a difference a little bit. So I'm gonna just continue to do that. Okay. And if you don't have a contour palette, if you have an eyeshadow palette with some type of brown, you can use that as well, as long as it's not super dark or, you know, super red, like a reddish brown. If you have a neutral color looking brown, you can use that to contour as well. Like so. Okay, and there's that part for contour. So now that that part is done, I normally, well, I'm gonna just do what I do. I'm gonna wipe it off, or dust the powder off, not wipe it off, but dust the powder off with this brush I got from Walmart. It's a multi-purpose brush. A lot of their brushes be on sale, so if you go in their little cosmetic side, they be having a lot of brushes for like, I think this was like $1.99. So I'm gonna be using my bronzer by L'Oreal Paris. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be using that to dust off the powder a little bit, give me some color back after that part has already set in my face, and do my eye. And this just blends it all together with my contour and with my contour and my bronzer. It blends it in so it won't look like I got powder all over my face still. So I try to blend it in as much as I can, and if I have to, I'll go back in with some more contour. And do it this way. I'm just trying to dust it off and get my color back, because that powder was lighter than me, but it sets my face really well. And do my nose. I gotta close my eyes because my lashes are too long, or not too long, but they'll be in the way. And then do my forehead. Okay. So, and as you, well, I can tell, but at the top of my eyebrow is some white spaces, and I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do, as soon as I can find it, here it is. I'm gonna go in with the bronzer, and I'm gonna take this angle brush. I'm gonna use the same brush for when I do my nose, but I'm gonna use it to do the outside, the upper part of my eyebrow, to make sure that it doesn't look white up there. Or you can't really, you know, so it don't look too light. I didn't mean to say white, but light. Like so. So, there's that. You can have a little bit of highlight, but obviously you don't want too much highlight, because in your eyebrows, it look like, yeah, no, you don't want that. So, the next part I'm going to do, I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to use the same palette to contour my nose with. I don't use too much of this contour on my nose, because I don't really contour my nose like that. I do every so often, but I mean, you can, you don't have to, but it's up to you. So I'll dab it in the contour, and I do it this way, upside down, because it's easier. And then I just make my way upward. Do this upwards. And then sometimes I'll bring it downward too, just to make sure I like the way it looks. Like that. And you might not be able to tell the difference, but I can, because I know how my nose is normally shaped, so. And try and get that in. And that white space that I was talking about from my concealer is now pretty much gone because I used all that product before. So yeah. Something don't look right. I think I did too much contour on one side, so we're gonna try and fix that. Anyway, it's contoured. So that part is done. Contour is done, but it's a thing called reverse contour, which basically I will put some setting powder underneath the part where I put the contour powder at, and it just sharpens your contour. That's all that it does. So I'm gonna show y'all. Get some powder. And put it underneath. Like so. Like that. So you can kind of tell, well, once I brush it off, you'll be able to tell how it sharpened my contour some. And I'm using my bronzer brush because it's the same brush I used before to clean up that powder. Hold on. So, and like I said, sometimes my contour doesn't come out as dark as I want it to. I kind of like dark contour. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. So I'm gonna just go back in with the brush that I contour with and try and make sure it's dark enough to my liking. It doesn't have to be super dark, but this is how I like it. And that is that part. Hold on, this look kind of. Okay, so next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna highlight. I only have what, 3-4 places I highlight obviously right here on my little cheekbone, some, just a little bit. I don't like too much highlight. That part. And then over here around yonder. Ooh, okay, maybe that's a little too much. I didn't mean to put that much. I didn't mean to put that much. But that part. And then on my nose, on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and on my Cupid's bow. Like so. So that is how I contour that. Those are the places that I normally that I normally highlight. And I realized the sculpting part is what I use sometimes to go back in and make my contour a little bit darker or a little bit more defined than what it is. So that's what I'm doing right now. Because I feel like I look a lot lighter than what I should, right? Well, not super light, but I'm not, you know. Okay, so there's that part. I look crazy with this highlight right there. So I'm going to do my lip liner, and my lip gloss. Hold on, let me find it. Can't find nothing. Ooh, child. Okay. Well. Hold on, y'all. Where is my... Oh, here it is, right here. This pencil is really small now. Beauty Spot, NYX Beauty Spot store. These three lippies are the butter gloss. Wow, butter gloss from NYX as well. This is the color Cinnamon Roll, Creme Brulee. I probably said that wrong. And Madeline. They're all really natural looking on my lips, so I'm gonna outline with my outline. I'm in my lip liner. Okay. In the color, I don't know what color I'm gonna use today. I'm gonna use this color today, just because. So here's what it look like. It's really cute. Maybe I shouldn't have used this one, but we're gonna use it anyway. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just mix some of them, 2 of them. That one, and then we're gonna use Cinnamon Roll. Okay. And that is the full face. Ta-da! Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Hopefully you follow the directions. I normally clean my nose ring off because it got product everywhere, but I don't feel like doing all of that. But yeah, let me hurry up for this video won't send. But yeah, this is what I use. This is or how I use it, what I use. Everything, like I said, is from the drugstore or from Walmart. I guess that's the drugstore or the beauty spot store. So yeah.